Welcome, seekers of knowledge. Welcome, seekers of knowledge, you in whom words ignite the lanterns of consciousness, and whose souls are quenched by the wellspring of wisdom. Here, within the halls of Millennium Library, we embark together on a unique journey through the paths of letters and the labyrinthine corridors of ideas. This is not just a podcast, it is a cultural edifice that rises with you, from you, and for you. We are here to revive the worlds of novels, to delve into the depths of stories, and to present you with the treasures of classic literature, transcending the boundaries of time and space. Every voice you hear, every word that touches your ears, is the fruit of a joint effort, a human and artistic legacy born from the pristine collaboration between a creative human mind and promising artificial intelligence. We have worked together to transform these timeless literary masterpieces, which are now in the public domain, into captivating audio experiences, reaching you pure, clear, and rich. This work, in all its details, is the property of Millennium Library. All broadcasting and production rights are reserved to it, and everything you hear is part of this cultural legacy that we offer to the world. We kindly ask you to enjoy this unique experience and contribute to spreading the light of knowledge while respecting the ownership and rights of this creative production. Millennium Library, where human and artificial intelligence meet to create an enduring legacy. Join us now in this great auditory adventure. Hares and Men. In former days, hares used to eat men, and a man presented himself before Thakur and said, "O father, these hares do us much damage. They are little animals and hide under leaves and then spring out and eat us. Big animals we can see coming and can save ourselves. Have pity on us and deliver us from these little animals." So Thakur summoned the chief of the hares and fixed a day for hearing the case. And when the man and the hare appeared, he asked the hare whether they ate men. And the hare denied it, and asserted on the contrary that men ate hares. But the man, when questioned, denied that men killed hares. Then Thakur said, "O hare and man, I have questioned you both, and you give contradictory answers, and neither admits the charge. The matter shall be decided in this way. You, hare, shall watch a kita tree, and if within a year you see a leaf fall from the tree, you shall be allowed to eat men. And you see shall watch a korka leaf fall. Then men shall be allowed to eat hares. Begin your watch today, and this day next year bring me your leaves." So the man and the hare departed, and each sat under a tree to see a leaf fall. But they watched and watched in vain, until on the last day of the year a corkot leaf fell, and the man joyfully picked it up and took it to, and the hare, failing to see a leaf fall, bit off a leaf with its teeth and took it to Thakur. Then Thakur examined the two leaves and said to the hare, "This leaf did not fall of itself. See, the tip of the stalk is quite different from the stalk of the leaf this man has brought. You bit it off." And the hare was silent. Then Thakur rubbed the legs of the hare with a ball of cleaned cotton, and passed this sentence on him: that thenceforward he should skip about like a leaf blown by the wind, and that men should hunt hares wherever they found them, and kill and eat them, entrails and all. And this is the reason why Santals do not clean the hares they kill, but eat them, entrails and all. A legend. Once upon a time, a woman was found to be with child by her own brother, so the two had to fly the country. In their flight, they came to the mustard tank and flour lake, on the banks of which they prepared to cook their food. They boiled water and cooked rice in it, and then they boiled water to cook pulse to eat with the rice. But when the water was ready, they found that they had forgotten to bring any pulse. While they were wondering what they could get to eat with their rice, they saw a man of the fisher cast Kiot coming along with his net on his shoulder. Then the woman sang, "The son of a Kiot is standing on the bank of the tank. The fish are jumping. The son of a Kiot is catching the fish." So the Kiot caught them some fish, which they ate with their rice. Then they went on, and by the side of the road they saw a date palm, the juice of which had been tapped, and they wished to drink the juice, but they found that they had brought no drinking vessel with them. The woman looked about and saw near by a fan palm tree, and she sang, "The people's leaves go flicker, flicker. The banyan's leaves are thick and fleshy. Of the fan palm's leaf, brother, make a cup, and we will drink the juice of the date palm." So her brother made a drinking vessel of a palm leaf, and they drank the date juice and went on their way. At nightfall they rested at the foot of a bale tree, and fell into a drunken sleep from the date juice they had drunk. As the woman lay senseless, her child was born to her, and no sooner was the child born than a bale fruit fell onto its head and split it into 4 pieces, which flew apart and became 4 hills. From falling on the new-born child, the bale fruit has ever since had a sticky juice, and the tree is covered with thorns, which are the hair of the child. In the morning the man and woman went on and came to a forest of tarop trees, and the woman wiped her bloody hands on the tarop trees, and so the tarop tree ever since exudes a red juice like blood. Next morning they went on and came to a spring and drank of its water, and afterwards the woman bathed in it, and the blood-stained water flowed over all the country, and so we see stagnant water covered with a red scum. Going on from there, they reached a low-lying flat and halted. Almost at once, they saw a thunderstorm coming up from the south and west, and the woman sang, "A storm as black as the sow fruit, brother, is coming, full of danger for us. Come, let us flee to the homestead of the liquor seller." But the brother answered, "The liquor seller's house is an evil house. You only wish to go there for mischief." So they stayed where they were, and the lightning came and slew them both. Pregnant women. Pregnant women are not allowed to go about alone outside the village, for there are bongas everywhere, and some of them dislike the sight of pregnant women and kill them, or cause the child to be born wry-necked. A pregnant woman may not make a mud fireplace, for, if she does, her child will be born with a hare lip. Nor may she chop vegetables during an eclipse, or the same result will follow. She may not ride in a cart, for if she does, the child will be always crying, and will snore in its sleep. If she eats the flesh of field rats, the child's body will be covered with hair, and if she eats duck or goose flesh, the child will be born with its fingers and toes webbed. Nor may a pregnant woman look on a funeral, for if she does, her child will always sleep with its eyes half open. The influence of the moon. If a child is born on the day before the new moon, the following ceremony is observed. After bathing the child, they place an old broom in the mother's arms instead of the child. Then the mother takes the child and throws it out on the dung heap behind the house. The midwife then takes an old broom and an old winnowing fan and sweeps up a little rubbish onto the fan and takes it and throws it on the dunghill. There she sees the child and calls out, "Here is a child on the dung heap." Then she pretends to sweep the child with the broom into the winnowing fan and lifts it up and carries it into the house and asks the people of the house whether they will rear it. They ask what wages she will give them, and she promises to give them a heifer when the child is grown up. If this is not done, the child will be unlucky when it grows up. If it is a boy, however often he may marry, his wife will die, and so, if it is a girl, her husband's will die. Another fact is that they always shave a child's head for the first 2 times during the same moon. If it is shaved first during one moon and then during the following moon, it will always have a headache once a month. Similarly, when they tie the knots in a string to fix the date of a wedding, the wedding must take place in the lunar month in which the knots are tied, or else the children born of the marriage will die. Illegitimate children. If a woman has an illegitimate child, and from fear or shame will not name its father, the bastard is called a child of Chando. At its birth, there is no assembly of the neighbors. Its head is not ceremonially shaved, and there is no Narta ceremony. The midwife does what is necessary, and the child is admitted into no division of the tribe. If it is a boy, it is called Chandu, or Chandre, or sometimes Birbanta, and if a girl, Chandro, or Chandmuni, or perhaps Bonla. Sometimes, after the child is born, the mother will, under seal of secrecy, tell its father's name to her mother or the midwife, and then between themselves they will call the child by a name taken from the father's family, but they will never tell it to anyone else. When the child grows up, he is given some nickname, and if he turns out well and is popular, his name is often changed again, and he is recognized as a santal. Often, if a father will not acknowledge a child, the mother will strangle it at birth and bury the body. Men who practice sorcery dig up the bones of such murdered infants and use them as rattles when doing their sorceries, and are helped by them to deceive people. The dead. Santals are very much afraid of burial grounds, for dead men become bongas, and bongas eat men. If a man meets such a bonga in a burial ground, it is of little use to fight, for the bonga keeps on changing his shape. He may first appear as a man, and then change into a leopard, or a bear, or a pig, or a cat. Very few escape when attacked by such a being. It is said that the spirits of young children become butts, and those of grown-up people, bongas, and those of pregnant women, churins. Hunting custom. Formerly, when the men went to a hunt, the mistress of the house would not bathe all the time they were away, And when the hunters returned, she met them at the front door, and washed their feet, and welcomed them home. The wife of the Dihrai used to put a dish of water under her bed at night, and if the water turned red like blood, they believed that it was a sign that game had been killed. Conclusion of our journey. And so, we reach the conclusion of our journey for today, within the unending worlds of words and the never folding pages of knowledge. We have spent an enjoyable and beneficial time together within the embrace of Millennium Library, where voices meet tales and a new cultural legacy is forged. We hope you have enjoyed every moment and delved deeply into the dimensions of the story or novel we presented to you. Always remember that this grand edifice, Millennium Library, is the result of a unique collaboration between human creativity and the profound depth of artificial intelligence. Our goal is to enrich your ears and minds with the treasures of world literature and to make knowledge accessible to everyone, while preserving the ownership rights of Millennium Library for this distinctive production. Don't forget to follow us and activate the notification bell to receive all new content. And share this podcast with everyone around you, for knowledge is light, and together we illuminate the paths. Until we meet again in a future episode and a new literary adventure, may you be in the care and keeping of Allah, and within the realm of immortal words. Millennium Library, where tales are embodied, knowledge is narrated, and creativity is immortalized.